Okie doke. Like I said I was going to keep it short and sweet. Unpopular movie opinions. Now, this is quite an interesting one because, like I say, why is that gone again? Sorry, right, I'm on the website and it should have the main header on the top, and it's not. I bet Eggy's turned that off. Right, hang on, because I'm just trying to get back to the main page so that I can read out some of your lovely comments that you've been putting on here in the confessional booth. The question was, it's Gal Gadot in her underwear. Sorry. If you've not seen the website, it's worth looking at for that. What is your unpopular movie opinion? So I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat in here as well, but I'm going to read. We know. I'm not looking forward to it. It's got Kathleen Kennedy all over it, so yeah. I haven't seen any positive expressions regarding Indiana Jones 5. I've got a friend who loves Indy, and he contacted me a little while ago. He said, I'm up for Indy 5 for us to see it together. And I was like, I don't want to. And we got into a conversation, and I told him about Kathleen Kennedy and blah, 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 everything else. And the conversation ended with, when did you get so angry? Since Kathleen Kennedy's been in charge of Lucasfilm. That's how long. Okie doke. Right. So, unpopular opinions. I see. I can't go as far as saying that. I think Old Country for Old Men is it's not a perfect film. It's got a weird ending. I do remember it's got a weird ending. For me, it kind of fizzles out at the end. But Javier Bardem, apparently, hang on, I've got these stupid thingies. There we go, it's better. Apparently, Javier Bardem, psychiatrists have said his portrayal of a psychopath is the closest thing they've ever seen in the movie. So, he was very good at it. I mean, it was a weird way of killing people with the gas tank and the bolt thing. But that is controversial, Gator. Ooh. Right, I'm going to read out some of the stuff that we've had on the website. I'm just going to go from the top with the most popular ones and so forth. Temple of Doom is unjustly maligned film, and The Last Crusade tricks you with syrup and schmaltz into thinking it's better than it is. According to Bourgeoisie Scum, who is one of our contributors on the one of our Outposters, has said, using the scale from 1 to 100, Raiders is 95%, Temple of Doom is 98%, The Last Crusade is 70%, and then Crystal Skull is 19%. I mean, Crystal Skull, I still think you're being generous. I don't know. I'd put Last Crusade, in my opinion, just above Temple of Doom, because I really liked Last Crusade. It was good. Do you know what? Casey, I'm not going to bring up your comments about Kennedy because I'm just going to get on my soapbox, and I've had a nice calm day and I don't want to get my blood pressure up. But I do agree with what you're saying. This is unpopular. Last Crusade. I wouldn't say it's the best one. Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark is perfection of a movie. As I would always say, masterclass. But it is. When you watch the way the music's done, the photography, the acting, the way the scene that always gets me is when Indy walks out of the pub, and then Marion's pub, and then he comes back in and you just get his eye, and it's just so I can't agree with that. Raiders is the best one. Doom is not so good, and then Last Crusade, we're gonna have to see what 5 is like. Wow. God, there's loads of comments on that. I'm not going to go through all this. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm just going to pick out the main topics. God, dear, there was loads of comments on this one. I do like it when we all get into good old conversations like this. Hang on a minute. Hey, hang on a minute. Is it all moved? God, dear, how many comments are on here? You people getting into like little chats with each other. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What we're going to do is it's all changed. Everything's changed. Right, there we go. Okay, right now. So now we're back onto the main topic. Sorry, no, I got a bit lost there. The buzz surrounding Timothée Chalamet was ignited and is still fueled by an assorted bunch of lobbies with people with their agenda. I don't get Timothée Chalamet either. He's one of those people that's just very odd. And I say he is good. I did try to watch one of his recent ones, and it was with the girl who was the vampire, and it had oh grief, Mark Rylance in it. Bones, Flesh and Bone, I think it was. And I couldn't get through it. He was, he's just a very flat person. And he was good, I think, as Paul Atreides. I am looking forward to Dune 2 because, you know, I think Dune was very good. But it's just, again, it's very, it's very strange why he's there. Maybe he is just there being as other people's agendas. Oh, okay, this is controversial. I'm not going to swear because even though the others do, I don't have a potty mouth. Goonies is a hot pile of horse poop. This cost me from being banned from a film club. The owner of that club had a girlfriend whose favourite film was Donna's Abomination. F girls' taste in movies. I'm sorry. See, I don't think that's true. I've always enjoyed Goonies. I think it's an entertaining film. I have watched it many, many times. I could probably do it word perfect, I would have thought. And it's the thing that always annoyed me about Goonies, and this sounds ridiculous, and I know this is going to be stupid, but because apparently the owner's girlfriend loved Goonies, and you can't say anything bad about that because that's what happens in this day and age. You say something unpopular, you get cancelled. That's the way it works. That's why I was being very careful over the colour purple. But yeah, so no, Goonies. I like Goonies. It's got a good score. Richard Donner's story, you know, Richard Donner's direction is quite good. You got a great cast. Like I said, the thing that annoyed me about it is I never had an adventure that good with my mates. You know, Goonies was me. And this is really weird. Where I grew up, me and my mates used to play in an old lime quarry, which is unbelievably dangerous. And the things that we used to do is, one day my mate found a big roll of blue rope. So we nicked it, obviously, because that's what you do. We made a death slide out of it, but we didn't realise it was made of plastic, the rope. So we had it about 20 metres. It's huge. We put this rope over it, and my mate went down it, and as it went down, it just melted, and he landed on the ground and broke his leg. Happy days. But I mean, I just never had an adventure as good as the Goonies. So no, see, the Goonies was me. I was a Goonie growing up, and I had a fat kid that I used to make him do the truffle shuffle. Oh, it's overrated. Blah blah blah. Yada yada. Oh yeah, God, these conversations have gone 284 comments. I'm not reading all that. Oh, sorry, I'm going to flick there. I can see that's... Oh, this is being slow today. Come on, you computer. There we go. I actually love the original colour purple. Those things happened and might still be happening. I need to revisit it. I haven't seen it for many, many years, so I do need to revisit it as one of Stephen King's. And then watch the musical so I can sing about how great Abuse is. Right, back to the comments. I enjoy Michael Bay's particular brand of schlock. Somebody mentioned The Rock on there, and I will give The Rock credit because it is good fun. But I find Michael Bay is a bit too over the top. I'm not a huge fan of his stuff, Transformers, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan. Michael Bay's best movie is Mystery Men, and if you understand that joke. And if you don't, look it up, because he was terrible in it. Our next one here from The Closet Nerd. I don't think American Pie or The Hangovers are funny. The first American Pie was kind of alright, but again, they just kind of swanned off into sort of, again, flogging a dead horse territory. The Hangovers... I did watch the original. I watched the trilogy. I can't even remember if there's 4 now, but I watched the trilogy the other day. And the first one is quite funny. But again, then they start going into the flogging dead horse thingy. I think I did like 3 because it had Jamie Chung in it. And I do find her rather attractive. But that's not a strong enough reason to actually like the movie. Thank you, Gator. Yes, Mystery Men is an underrated masterpiece. It is. I genuinely would put it in one of my top, like, say, 20, 30 movies. Mystery Men is brilliant. The sense of humour, I love. The cast is brilliant. I genuinely love Mystery Men. It's a very good movie, but it does star Michael Bay as the leader of the frat boys. Cast as Michael Bay for some strange reason, but no, I genuinely love the Mystery Men. It's really good soundtrack, really good soundtrack on that, and it's got some great moments. The only downside of Mystery Men, the thing I don't like, is Eddie Izzard because he's terrible. The third one was good, but less comically funny and a lot darker in many ways. I dislike the first two though. Oh, okay. Hello, Acid Twin. Thank you for joining us. I don't know. Like I say, I thought the first one was pretty good, but then they just started, like I say, flogging a dead horse. I can't remember much about the third one apart from Jamie Chung was in it because I'm a dirty little pervert. But no, the first one was Mike Tyson, wasn't it? And he got the tattoo. I can't remember now. They all kind of amalgamate into one of those things, don't they? Casey says, I don't like Terror on the Prairie. I didn't like Terror on the Prairie, Gina Carano. Taking an action star and making her a frail woman, they missed a golden opportunity to exploit her hand-to-hand combat skills and self-defense. That's a good point. I did watch Terror on the Prairie, and it was all right, but at the same time, it was quite just toned down. And again, you know, she's known as a fighter, that they should have let her do that. So yeah, I don't think that's an unpopular opinion, but you know. Hey, look, Sean's here. Hang on a minute. Let me get Sean in here a second. Where are we? Invite. Talk amongst yourselves. Da, 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 da. Ha, 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 ha. There we go. Let's get Sean in here and say hello. Don't worry, I haven't frozen. I was just waiting for him to join in and just making sure I'm up to date with everything else. Oh, we got another comment coming in. Well, Sean's sort of off topic and maybe more suitable for the end of the stream if you feel to ignore this. Will you be putting up all past reviews in the review section of the new site? We will be trying to. The database that we lost, unfortunately, I mean, we lost everything. It was horrible. I mean, there's reviews on there that I would like to have referred back to, like I did a review of Cinema Paradiso, which is my favourite movie. So, as I understand it, Yoda's been on holiday, but as I understand it, Yoda does have a backup, and we are looking to restore it. If not, if you make any requests on the site or email us and say, you know, do a new review of, we did think it was a good chance to. I don't want to say clear out any old rubbish because that's not the way. Not the way to put it, but we did think to ourselves, this is a good chance to start from scratch, start from new. So like if there are reviews that we've done in the past but you want us to redo, then yeah, fine, let us know. Like I say, send us an email, say on discuss, it'll be great. Excuse me. American Pie trilogy was perfect. Hollywood doesn't know when to stop them. However, they did stop the Hangover trilogy. I remember the third one not being all that great. Because American Pie, they there's like 6 or 7 of them now, isn't there? Like Bandcamp, and isn't there one called Naked Mile or something or other? Again, like I say, Hollywood never does know when to stop, do they? Let's see, get rid of that one. So, I think 2001: A Space Odyssey is massively pretentious. I do like 2001. I am a Kubrickian word. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Stanley Kubrick. I love his work. I think he's great. I still don't quite get the end of 2001 though. It is very well explained actually in a movie called 25. I think it's 5/25/77, which was the story about a kid going to see Star Wars. It was by Patrick Reed Johnson, who made can't remember his name now. I can't remember what he did now. I do remember this is really random, but he made Baby's Day Out, which I still think is quite amusing. Anyway, let's get Sean in here. Hey, buddy.
Can you hear me okay? Just all right.
Yeah. No, that one's not working. As per.
How about now?
There we go. That's got you sorted out, mate. How you doing?
Pretty good, buddy. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. I was actually kind of, like I say, just enjoying doing this on my own.
Oh, well, I can leave if you want.
No. It's just nice not being interrupted by Yoda. It should be restorable. I have a lot of WordPress experience. You could use my battle machines. I'll copy reviews. It would be a shame to lose people's work.
So I got some good, I got some exciting news coming up for this week for the live stream, a nighttime live stream this Thursday night.
Hang on. I'm just gonna go through some of the. I'll tell you what I'll do, Lut. I'm just gonna go through some of the comments here. I hear that the hyper. Right. So first of all, Acid Twin has just said about the backing up of WordPress. Yes, we thought we had a backup of it, but unfortunately that got corrupted.
That's why nobody pays any of us to think.
Look, we're putting all the blame on Yoda because he's not here. It's fine. He'll never see this. But yeah, like I say, we are trying to do it. And it's nice to know. Do you know what? I actually take that as a compliment. It would be a shame to lose people's works. Plus, it's a great toilet reading. I take that as a compliment. That people can sit there on the crapper going, "Oh, this review of so and so is quite good."
All of my articles are saved. I publish everything that I write. I also publish on my own website like a day or two later. So everything I've ever wrote for LMO, I've got saved on my own website.
Fair enough. That's what I should have done, but I didn't because I thought it was all backed up.
It was just a lucky break. I mean, if I wasn't like giving myself an easy, post for my own website, I would not have bothered to save them otherwise,
Yeah. Funny enough, I was doing that for a little while, but then I kind of just put a redirect from my website onto the Last Movie Outpost because it was just easier. I hear the Hyperons wasn't popular.
Hyperion, you retard.
I've already explained about the dyslexia thing. I thought it was pretty well done, personally. I haven't heard of that. Why haven't I heard of that? Is that an old thing or a new thing?
Wasn't that the Netflix thing a while ago, or am I thinking of something else? The Miller verse or something? Maybe I'm wrong on
that. Big Gator says, I can't understand the 2001 take. You have to read the book. 2010, the year we made contact, was the sequel. Now, we've got a video. Wait.
2010, the year we made contact, might not be technically a superior movie, but it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more entertaining, and it's a hell of a lot more understandable. I prefer I like 2010 a lot. I don't like 2001 at all. I think it's whatever.
Well, I was reading the comments from the confession who said, I think it was Stark who said that 2001 is unbelievably pretentious.
Mm-hmm. I agreed with that.
We have video up of 2010 on our channel. If you have a look at it, like and subscribe and all that crap. And Yoda's take on it is very interesting, and it is. I don't know, because I do like 2001. It is a pretentious movie, and it is a very sort of like, oh yeah, I really like it type, type of thing.
It's the kind of it's the one movie that every film guy pretends that he loves, and in reality, they never watch it. They watched it one time maybe, and then they're like, oh, I got to pretend.
2001. That's when Kirk became Picard, isn't it?
Yeah, I've watched Rob Ager have many videos about it, and I love listening to him talk about it and his take on it. I don't buy into a word of it, but it's very interesting, Now, listen. That said, I agree with Rob Ager's takes on just about everything else. Don't get me wrong, but on 2001, I think it's he's such a fan of Kubrick that I think he,
Yeah, I liked Baby's Day Out as a kid. The shame. I watched it. Oh no, probably quite a few years ago now. But it's one of those movies. I like slapstick comedy. I can't help it.
Easy. Take it easy, Epstein.
No, it's not that the kind of thing. It's meant as a compliment. So our stuff is read on the toilet is a compliment. Thank you.
Where our work is in the shitter where it belongs.
It makes you go. Read the Last Movie Outpost. It makes you go.
Yeah.
KC has just said there they ruined Planet of the Apes, then remade. The remake was reasonable, even if it had flaws, but the sequels of the remakes are almost unwatchable.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I say the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which was the middle one, I think was brilliant. I love the fact. Wait a minute,
you mean the remake Dawn or the original?
The remake by Matt Reeves. Because that Dawn is where they have to try and get into the power station to get it all going, and then Cobra is the bag. I thought that was really well done. That's really well.
That's the one with Gary Oldman in it, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. That was pretty good. That one was pretty good.
It was the third one I can't really remember much about. But the original Planet of the Apes, again, it's one of those film series that they just flogged out. They did 5 of them, I think it was.
I think altogether. I mean, it was very ballsy to them to make a movie about BLM and call it that too.
Okay. Right. Okay. Casey has just said here. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
Disavow. I disavow that comment.
The Hyperions was released by the Daily Wire and was not on wide release in theatres. Oh, now I want to see it. Now I want to watch it.
Oh, okay.
Now I want to watch it. And Acid Twin has just said that, jokes aside, it's great reading anywhere. Of course it is. It doesn't. You don't see the edits that they go through. When I write up some of the articles, I'm sure our editors think I'm a 5-year-old.
I just write it.
This movie was good.
I just write in stream of conscious and then save it in draft and hand it over, and then whatever it is when they're done with it, I have very little hand in that.
2001 wasn't popular for its ending. Even when it came out, everyone criticised the enigmatic ending. Everyone watched it for the Leslie Nielsen scene in the space liner with the flight attendant. It's, like I say, the movie by Patrick Reed Johnson, which I'm sure was called 25/5/77, the kid in there explains the ending really, really well. And it's worth a watch just for that. If there was, funny enough, that biopic of him watching Star Wars came out around the same time as The Fabelmans. And as a biopic, 25/5/77 was way much better than The Fabelmans, I thought. Big Gator says, I boycotted Planet of the Apes remakes. The original franchise doesn't need a remake.
But he's not. But he did not disavow the Tim Burton remake, though.
That's what I was going to say. Everybody kind of forgets.
Yeah, like
forgets that exists.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't even. People don't even make a joke about that anymore.
Mark Wahlberg. You remember Mark Wahlberg was in it?
Yeah.
No
such thing.
What was a shame about that movie was the makeup in it was fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, spot on and stuff.
I know. Mark Wahlberg almost passed as a human being in that.
Yeah, playing against a bunch of monkeys. I boycotted all the remakes. I don't know, Big Gator. I'd give him a chance. I genuinely think the second one is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. The first one is a slow build. The second one is the third one. I need to watch again because I don't remember it.
There's nothing memorable about it. The third one is.
And we've got Heidi here as well. Hello, Heidi. Unpopular opinion. I don't hate the Marky Mark version of Planets. For the shame, Tim Roth was fantastic. Tim Roth was very good in it. I thought he was very good in it as well. But
that is an unpopular opinion. You're right about that. You should lean forward and choke yourself.
Okay, going through some of the comments on the website. Christopher Nolan peaked it with Memento.
I've never seen a Christopher Nolan movie that I liked.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who needs Planet of the Apes when you can visit DC?
She means Detroit City.
One of those American places.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was it we were talking about? No, Memento was good. I will give him. See, it's funny because it's like I often think, and this is going to be a controversial opinion. When The Dark Knight came out, everybody raved about it, and everybody was completely and utterly, "Wow, this is amazing." The more I've watched it, the less I like it. And the last one, the whole Dark Knight Rises, the whole ending of him with Michael Caine in the cafe and everything else, I thought was just stupid. And so maybe, did he peak with Memento? I'm just trying to think what else he did after that. Inception? You're not a fan of Inception, are you?
No, I don't like that kind of movie where nothing that you're watching happens, and even the reality of the movie itself. I don't like that kind of shit.
I'm just looking up his other stuff quickly. So, producer, director, just to remind myself, Tenet was crap. Dunkirk was kind of, it was too clever for its own good. If he was just telling a story, but it all had to kind of, end up at this like peak of whatever happened and everything else.
You know why I hated it? You know why I hated that movie?
Go on.
Too many limeys in it.
Well, yeah, that's because you guys were late to the war, as per. Interstellar, again, I think he's kind of an overrated movie.
It's very overrated. That's like his attempt at being as pretentious as Kubrick in 2001.
Yeah, no, that is very true. I have a soft spot for it because it's got Jessica in it. But yeah, that's about it. I know. Okay, so let's go back to some of the comments here. What else have we had?
Charlton Heston was in the original Planet of the Apes, and he made a cameo appearance as an ape in the Tim Burton version, where he even says a reversal of the line, and he says, like, "Get your hands off me, you damn dirty human," or something to that effect.
Yeah. Annoyingly, I kind of want to sit down and watch that again now.
Oh,
that
God, don't do that to yourself, man.
The Following is very good, so. Oh, okay, that's Nolan's. The Following is one of his early films. Mad Inks is here. Look at this. Look. I like to no discussion about the removal of the satisfaction of the IMDb votes. The top 1,000 voters have been removed. What?
The what?
Have they?
What is it?
I'm like to no discussion about the removal of the stratification of IMDb votes. The top 1,000 voters have been removed. Is that because people have been bombing stuff, review bombing stuff, like what's it called, Little Mermaid? People wouldn't do that, would they?
Cleopatra.
My favourite thing from that Cleopatra is the memes of the old woman going, "I don't care what they told you, Cleopatra was black." There are so many times when I just think, well, my mum, it's a bit like, what's it called, The Water Boy with Adam Sandler. Well, my mama says that electricity was invented by Ben Franklin, and he's the devil.
We should upload that Lord of the Rings parody song onto the
Nope.
Why not? There's nothing wrong with that.
Possibly. Interstellar, love fixes everything, blah.
Matt Ink says we don't even know what is going on. We are out of touch. That's true. This proof of that. All the proof you need that we are out of touch is that every week these assholes come on here and talk about Star Wars every fucking week.
Speaking of Star Wars, right? So, thanks for reminding me, Sean.
Well, that's it for this week. See you in a month.
I hadn't heard the news, and like I say, but we have been keeping up with stuff and stuff like that. But no, I'm kind of intrigued by that now. I'm sure Stark will write up a story about it because Stark is amazing. It keeps up the thing. Yes, John O'Son played one of the apes.
Why don't you just marry him if you think he's so great?
I would if I could. Oh.
if only my wife would just die or something.
if it wasn't for the restraining order, I'd be over there right now. Oh, there you go. The Prestige. Yeah, no, the Prestige was
you know what? I'll give you that.
That is a decent Nolan movie, yeah. Not just the top 1,000 voters. They're not bombing they are not banning the bombing voters. Oh, right. Okay. So they're just people who have been working hard to build up like a reputation on the IMDb. They're just banning them.
Yeah. So anyway, let me tell you about this Thursday. Are you ready?
Right, okay. Hang on, because I got a banner for this. That was an excerpt from the Outpost Frequencies brought to you by the lastmovieoutpost.com. We hold a live stream every Sunday at 12 p.m. on Central Time and 6 p.m. UK time. You're welcome to join us. In the meantime, make sure you visit the lastmovieoutpost.com for all of your movie news, reviews, and everything cool about film. Ugh, so cheesy.